I came across this article on classicrock.com called 20 Famous Albums That Were Banned by Walmart. I know Walmart can be a bit trigger happy when it comes to banning stuff, so I thought it would be fun to go through this list and react to the madness. Okay, first on the list, we have Nevermind from Nirvana, released in 1991. I'm not surprised at all that this album was banned by Walmart for the album cover. I remember clearly back in the day, this album cover causing issues for all sorts of record stores. I go to the record store at the mall that have the Nevermind poster up, and the baby would be covered up or censored in some way. So yeah, I can see why this album potentially was too much for some. What does it say here? Walmart didn't appreciate the infant's nudity and said the image would have to be altered to be sold in the stores. Kurt Cobain responded by saying he'd only agreed to put a sticker over the baby, which read, "If you're offended by this, you must be a closet file." As you'd expect, Walmart didn't go for that idea. So Walmart also banned In Utero. This one I am a little more surprised about. I'm going to guess it didn't necessarily have anything to do with the album artwork, but if I remember correctly, it had to do with the inclusion of the song Rape Me. Let's see what it says here. It says, Nirvana once again found themselves at odds with Walmart. This time the retail chain was upset about the album's back cover, which featured depictions of fetuses, as well as the song Rape Me. Once again, the band refused to budge, leading to a stalemate. Eventually, Nirvana and the record label acquiesced. The back cover was changed, while Rape Me was renamed Waif Me on the track listing. Yeah, I remember that quite clearly from back in the day. I also remember being somewhat disappointed in Utero at the In Utero album after the awesomeness of Nevermind. Next on the list, John Mellencamp, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. Why the heck would this one be banned? What does it say here? Look to either side of John Mellencamp on this album cover. On the left, you'll see the devil. On the right, Jesus. Okay, that's so subtle, and I see nothing at all offensive about that. It says after the album was released, Walmart decided the religious imagery was offensive and refused to sell the album until the cover was changed. Mellencamp complied, approving the removal of the devil and Jesus in order to get the LP onto Walmart's shelves. That's the whole thing with Walmart, at least back in the 90s. They were such a huge force on the scene when it came to selling music that you really need to get your products into Walmart if you wanted to have any significant record sales. But man, I don't see anything offensive about that. It's like back to the old Bugs Bunny cartoons with the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. This is the same thing, man. This was really silly to ban this based on this album cover. All right, 33ers, I want to take a quick pause here to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Sidetracked Workshop. These guys make some of the best record storage cabinets you are ever going to see. Check this out. These record storage consoles are gorgeous. This is not flat, packed, bolt-together furniture. This is the real deal. I'm talking high-quality, all-wood construction, handcrafted in the USA by Sidetrack Workshop. These cabinets come to you fully assembled. You only need to screw on the feet, and shipping is always free in the US. Dear 33ers, you spend a lot of time and money on your record collection. Showcase it proudly in style with these beautiful designs. Head over to sidetrackedworkshop.com to learn more. And when you're ready to buy, use code Channel33 for a 10% discount. Now back to the band albums. Next up, Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow, 1996. What the heck was the issue with this one? It says Walmart refused to stock the LP over lyrics they found objectionable. In the song Love is a Good Thing, the singer declared, "Watch out sister, watch out brother, watch our children as they kill each other with the gun they bought at the Walmart discount stores." All right, I mean, I don't find those lyrics offensive at all. I mean, it's art, it's poetry, it is what it is. But okay, I can see why Walmart got their backs up against the wall, because this song calls out Walmart for selling guns, I guess, that get into the hands of kids. So, okay. Next up, Jane's Addiction. Nothing's shocking, and nothing is shocking to me about why Walmart would have banned this album based on the album artwork. It says the cover for Jane's Addiction's debut album was inspired by frontman Perry Farrell's Vivid Dream. Imagine two women sitting side by side on a swing, connected at the arm and at the hip with their hair on fire. So yeah, that definitely doesn't look like something Walmart would stock. Great album though. Next up, another Jane's Addiction release, Ritual de lo Habitual. And again, some controversial album artwork. It says here, given the response they received for Nothing's Shocking, Jane's Addiction surely toned things down for the next album, right? Not so much. For 1990's Ritual de lo Habitual, Perry Farrell again enlisted artist Casey Nicolai, this time to create a paper mache image of a thumb, inspired by the song 3 Days. There you go. Stryper? A Stryper album was banned by Walmart? What's going on here? Stryper is known for being a Christian hard rock band. Okay, and the write-up says here, wait, Stryper? That's exactly my reaction. It says the squeaky clean kings of Christian metal. Yes, even they ran afoul of Walmart. In 2018, the Michael Sweet fronted group released their 12th studio album, Goddamn Evil. Walmart rejected the LP based on its title. What? Goddamn Evil. I mean, if you know Stryper, you know exactly what they are getting at here. They're a Christian hard rock band. Just, this is an example of a retailer being way oversensitive, as most of these examples are. It takes a lot to offend me personally, but I'm trying to look at this through the eyes of a retailer, and even so, man, this is being way oversensitive. Next, Prodigy, Fat of the Land. I dig that album cover, man. I've always liked that album cover, and I did not realize that this one was banned by Walmart, and I don't know why Walmart would have banned it. It says Walmart initially stocked the LP, however, the store quickly became aware of the song Smack My Bitch Up, which drew the ire of many conservative groups, claiming the song glorified abuse. Walmart pulled the Fat of the Land off its shelves. The band insisted the song was misunderstood. Yeah. Green Day. I remember Walmart had problems with several Green Day albums, but this is their 1991 album Kerplunk, and it said Green Day and Walmart have a long history of squaring off. There you go. It started with Kerplunk, their second studio album released in 91. The LP's cover featured a drawing of a young girl holding a smoking gun. On the back, an illustration of a man lying on the ground with a bullet wound. Walmart found the artwork graphic and unsettling. Oh, come on, Walmart. Next up, another Green Day album, Dookie, from 94. Back in the day, I didn't own this album, but I saw it on the store shelves, but I didn't pay much attention to it. But if you look closely, there's some really cool artwork on here and little cool details. It's like a Mad Magazine cartoon in many respects. It says here, 3 years after Kerplunk, Green Day returned with Dookie. Once again, the artwork proved problematic. The cover image was an illustration that featured, among other things, bombs labeled Dookie being dropped on people, dogs and monkeys throwing feces in a large mushroom cloud. The retail store also reportedly disliked that an angel with a harp and a cloud seemed to be happily looking down on the mayhem. Again, man, it's a cartoon. If you're going to ban something like this, you might as well ban Mad Magazine, because in my view, these are all on the same level. Just silly, man. Silly for banning this. And okay, we got another Green Day album that was banned. These guys really were on a roll. This is 21st Century Breakdown from 2009. Why was this one banned? Is it the artwork? I don't see anything wrong with that artwork at all. Okay, it says this time the sides were clashing over lyrical content. Okay, it wasn't the artwork, it was lyrical content. It says the band's 21st Century Breakdown album was labeled with a parental advisory sticker. In such instances, Walmart's longstanding policy was to require a censored version to sell in their stores. Green Day refused. It says Green Day and Walmart never reached an agreement on this one. I thought they ended up censoring it at some point, but I guess not. At least according to this article, this was banned at Walmart, so I imagine it still would be to this day. I don't know. Next up, Willie Nelson, Countryman. This was released in 2005. I wonder if attitudes have changed in the 19 years since 2005, because now, at least here in Canada, there's a cannabis store on every street corner. In fact, on some street corners, there's a cannabis store on all 4 corners. It's all over the place, man. Except for at Walmart, of course. Okay, it says here, Walmart was no fan of the Outlaw Country Legends 2005 album. For the LP titled Countryman, Nelson surprisingly ventured into reggae. The singer was always an advocate for cannabis, something that aligned with many reggae and Rastafarian views. So naturally, Nelson decided a large marijuana leaf would make for the perfect album art to Countryman. Walmart didn't reciprocate the positive vibes. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I mean, even to this day, when they sell something like this, marijuana is still quite controversial in many parts of the world, and from what I understand, in many U.S. states as well. So, all right, I guess we have to pick this one up at independent retailers. Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. Man, I used to love Beavis and Butt-Head. I enjoy going back and watching some of the episodes from time to time. This is the soundtrack to their 1996 movie, Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. It says there was extreme anticipation in 96 for the movie. Blah, 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 blah. The movie soundtrack featured a wide variety of popular artists, including the Chili Peppers, Ozzy Osbourne, White Zombie. The album did not carry a parental advisory sticker and was initially approved to be sold in Walmart stores. So what the hell went wrong? What's wrong with this one? There's no sticker on it. It goes on to say, then somebody, we're guessing an executive, pointed out that Walmart already had a chain-wide ban on all Beavis and Butt-Head merchandise. Come on, dudes. Come on, man. Red Hot Chili Peppers, One Hot Minute. Album artwork looks okay to me. Must be lyrical content. It said, no, Walmart didn't reject Red Hot Chili Peppers' One Hot Minute as some kind of protest against Dave Navarro joining the band. Instead, the retail chain had a problem with one song in particular, P-E-A, P, clocking in at under 2 minutes in length, so it's a short song. The tune was penned by bassist Flea as a musical middle finger to macho types who used to beat him up, with lines like, F you, a-hole, you homophobic redneck D-word. All right, Walmart believed the song was too profane to be sold in stores. An alternative version with P removed was later released in Walmart stores across America. So again, to access Walmart's customer base, Chili Peppers had to make some changes. Tool, Undertow. Again, this one must be lyrical content. It says at first Walmart didn't find anything objectionable about Tool's 1993 album Undertow. Then they opened the CD. Inside the booklet was a series of jarring images, including naked, obese women, a nude man, a cow licking his genitals, and the band members with pins in the sides of their heads. Definitely doesn't sound Walmart friendly. Suck It and See by the Arctic Monkeys. I remember there was a song by the 1980s heavy metal band Grim Reaper that had a similar title. This album artwork is not objectionable in any way. I don't see anything that could be offensive there, but I'm assuming it was the album's title. It says here, the Arctic Monkeys' fourth studio album wasn't loaded with profanity, and its cover art was very plain. Instead, it was the LP's title, Suck It and See, that rubbed Walmart the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if some artists put this stuff out knowing it's going to cause controversies with mainstream retailers and do it just for the publicity and the controversy that the publicity generates. I don't know. All right, White Zombie, super swinging sexy sounds. I know a lot of retailers had a problem with this album, and it had to do with the album cover and the woman on there. The album, I know, was later redone, and they airbrushed a bikini on her and made a clean version of it. So it wasn't just Walmart. Several retailers have problems with this one. Personally, I think this is a great album artwork. It's a vintage image, like the 60s or 70s. I think it was the 60s. Really classic album cover, done really well. You don't see anything, so I personally don't see what the problem was with this one at all. Beck, Mellow Gold. What could possibly be the issue with this one? It says Walmart initially declined to carry it. The reason? Too many profanities in the song titles and lyrics. You know, this is interesting. And I don't know the answer to this, but does Walmart react in that same way with movies? Like, there's so many movies with nudity, with swear words, with cussing, with violence, that kind of stuff. Do Walmart have an issue with that as well? And do they? Or is it just lyrics? Because that seems kind of hypocritical to me, right? I don't think movies or albums should be banned, but just this difference in the way the two are treated doesn't make sense to me. This goes on to say, at the time, Beck was still a relatively new artist, but as the song Loser became a radio and MTV hit, his record label again approached Walmart about the LP. The chain agreed to stock an edited version of Mellow Gold, which arrived 3 months after the original album's release. So there you go. It eventually did get into the Walmart. Marilyn Manson. Who's surprised? Is anyone surprised that Marilyn Manson is on this list? Marilyn Manson was all about courting controversy. That's what garnered headlines, and that's sort of what he built his whole career on, so I'm not surprised about that one at all. And another Marilyn Manson one, this one's from 2000, Hollywood. Sorry, not Hollywood, Hollywood. Okay, so after Mechanical Animals, Manson certainly didn't learn his lesson, or more likely, he didn't care to bend to Walmart's demands. He released this album. The album was called Hollywood, and its cover depicted Manson as the crucified Christ. You can probably guess how things went from there. Yes, I can. All right, 33ers, what do you think? Should these albums have been banned by Walmart? Was the retailer being too sensitive? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I will be back soon. Until then, keep on spinning.